On the blog, we've had videos of famous turquoise mines and videos of not so famous turquoise mines. Well, today we're going to look at a turquoise mine that is somewhere in between. It's famous among collectors, and it's not so famous because it's so rare. There was such little production, and there's so much that's ever been to market, and that's the Blue Wind. Now, I'm going to start by reading from Turquoise in America, Part 2, which I hope you have your copy. Maybe you can read along as I'm doing this. Here we are on page 209, and this is a story by Rex Edgar. We all grew up at Super X in that shack. Grandpa, which is Lemuel Edgar, the patriarch of the Edgar clan, had a cabin down the road. Dad and Ben, being twins, usually worked together. They'd mine the Super X, then they'd go to Albuquerque and Gallup on a selling trip. And we did that even when I got out of the Army. One time, I found a website that talked about how Cutler found the Blue Wind. It's Cutler Edgar. Cutler did not find the Blue Wind, although they had Cutler on almost everything. We were mining the tungsten, and this old gal had told Dad years ago, up on the hill, hey, you ought to try that. This was Bessie Long. He was telling Ricky and Joe about it, and they said, well, take the cat up there and just dig around a little. They went up and dug around, and that's where they found Blue Wind. An amazing mine with the best spider web I'd ever seen. We were working on the tungsten. It was okay. I mean, we were making a living. Then Dad and Ricky and Joe and Rex went up and found the nuggets of Blue Wind. I'll never forget it because they brought a bucket of rocks that looked like any kind of geode. Joe sat down and started sawing it. Okay, Pops, I think we got something here. We were all hanging around the saw. He opened that thing up and we're seeing these stars. Spider web. And we all started jumping up and down. It was like hitting the 49er gold rush. And we went through that bucket and it was all like that. We sold it to Tim King, that's Bert's son, in Albuquerque. I remember we brought it there and it was just like in the movies because we had all the stones in a cigar box. And when we bought it, we got these $100 bills with the wrapper thing on them and we had it in a big sack. It was crazy. When the 70s turquoise rush hit, we started selling Lander Blue for $2 a carat, right off. And it was the most expensive turquoise. It didn't last long at $2 a carat. It went straight up to $10. And then, my God, the price exploded. Well, you can still find Lander Blue in the marketplace. In fact, we have some Lander Blue available on turquoiseinamerica.com in the Calais collection. But you won't find any Blue Wind. At least I don't find it. It's very special turquoise. Well, when I was getting ready and preparing for this video, I gave Rex Edgar a call. And I asked him about that because we have this photo. You're looking at it now. And how rare is this? This is the moment when they go up the hill from the tungsten and you can see the cat and they have this rake on the back. And Dick was in the cat. He lowered that and you can see Joe, who's to the left, and Ricky, who's to the right. They're walking behind, and that's when all these nuggets start coming up. Can you imagine that experience? Put them in the bucket, took them back down. Now, I know Rex was there because Rex took this photograph. So what an exciting moment in history, and how rare to be able to go back in time to that time and see that. And we know that was probably in May or very early June of 1977, because after they found this turquoise, you can bet the first thing they did was to go down to the county office and record with this mine. And that's what they did. In June 9th, they located this claim, the Blue Wind, in 1977. So I asked Rex about how much they ever extracted from that claim. And he said it was about 50 pounds with that first strike. And then after that, maybe another 100. So only about 150 pounds ever. And put that in perspective with the Lander Blue, where we have about 110 pounds. Very rare turquoise. And a lot of it, like with Lander Blue, high grade. So let's take a look at Blue Wind turquoise. And here you can see the only 3 pieces of Blue Wind that I have, and it's all high grade. And look on at the bottom there, that dark web. Wow, that is so rare. And you just, I don't know, I just don't see that in the marketplace. So here we have, you decide, is Blue Wind a famous turquoise mine? Not so famous? Well, in the hearts of collectors, it's pretty famous and close to our heart.